What's up, future fighters? We are back. We are uploading the second video in today's series on the auto strike distance calculation for the shadow AI in GameMaker. And we have taken the pseudocode and we have converted it into a usable form here on this line that's highlighted. And now, but now we actually have to calculate this value for each character, because that's what we're going to use. That's what we're going to use as. Well, shoot! I hit a button. Sorry. That's what. That's weird. Well, shoot. There we go. This is what we're going to use to make this adjustment that we need to what we've already calculated here. And so that we can do here. So here we have our fighting stance, and where the fighting stance offset is very important, of course. I do everything by ID in GameMaker. I don't use global variables or anything like that. It's just personal preference. Back in the day when I was learning GameMaker, I was on GameMaker 6, I think, maybe 7. And they always recommended using local variables in the manual. Maybe the tutorials that I read, but I'm pretty sure that might have been in the manual. And I've just always stuck with that, and I've liked it because really you always know which object you're dealing with in that way. Even though I don't really think of objects very much. I'm more of a function-based programmer myself, but this is going to be calculated from this. So when I'm saying here get X offset and get Y offset, these are set to the center of the sprite, normally set to the center of the sprite at the beginning, and then I have to make these adjustments manually to make sure all the sprites line up with each other, so that when you're watching me push a button, it's going into another sprite, right? So you push me, I'm going into another sprite, and then I'm going back to a different sprite. And those sprites, they can't be off, because if you push a button and you let go and the sprite shifts back, it looks like they don't belong together. So when one sprite ends and the next sprite begins, you want to make sure that transition is nice and smooth, so everything looks like it flows together as if that character is making those motions in real time, in real life. That's kind of it's an illusion of reality, but it's as close as we can get with the way we're programming this game, and it's we're animating it like they did the original Killer Instinct. It's not 2.5D, it's true 2D, but it's made from 3D. It's made from 3D models, so it's a fun process of rasterization. I enjoy it very much. So just looking at what you guys are seeing, that's a lot of numbers. So really, we've done something similar already, if you remember, from the auto strike distance script, right? X offset, sprite width, distance to edge, sprite width minus X offset. And this is really what we want to do again here. We're not, of course, there's going to be different variables, but that is kind of that's kind of the idea that we're going for in this particular case. So the way we do that is like that, and sprite width sorry, I just found a mistake in that I made in one of the equations. It'll be interesting to see how that changes things. That is interesting. We're gonna have to run a quick test on this change here that I just made. Basically, I had omitted the number there, so it probably was defaulting to 0, but it actually should have been 1. So we're gonna have to run that test first, real quick, before we do anything here. But that shouldn't be a problem. It's just going to display this right here. So we will do that. And so let me finish this, and then we'll take a short break. So sprite width is the same. It's the same. I'm going to do this. And this is what we want. And that'll give us that number. Beautiful. So go to docbrockgames.com. Check out the alpha version of the game. You can see what features I currently have in the game. You can see the 2 motion captured characters are currently playable in the game. You can see the characters, features, and motion captured moves in action. And you can put your email address in at the bottom. And I'll let you know when the game comes out. Then come back to YouTube because we have more AI to make. I'll see you there.